Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's discussion on depression. Very shortly, Dr. Roshan will be joining us.
Hello, Dr. Roshan.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very well.
Okay. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I'm Sandeepa. I'm a clinical psychologist associated with Monkey, and we have Dr. Roshan, who is a psychiatrist currently working in Apollo. Thank you so much for joining in, sir.
Nice meeting you, and I think it's great to have you on board. I'm sure we'll have a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both of us come from slightly different area, me being from, clinical psychology part and you coming from the psychiatry part. I hope we have a great discussion. So,
Yes.
just to begin with, I think just let me set the context. So today we are going to talk about depression and it's all the questions that have come from our participants. So
Mm.
2 days back we had posted that we are going to have this live session, and
Yeah.
all the followers, whatever questions they have put it to us. So today we'll be addressing those questions.
Yeah.
And I was quite overwhelmed to see that there were so many queries about how depression looks like and what kind of treatments are available. So I think
Mm.
today we are
Mm.
going to debunk the myths and how how depression looks like and what kind of treatment that can be given to people. So we can have a little bit discussion about that. So
Great.
we chose this topic because it is a very, very common disorder that we see. And
Mm.
if we see the survey, National Mental Health Survey, there is 1 in 20 people who suffer from depression. And a
Yeah.
report by World Health Organization, I think all of us know that, India has been ranked as the most depressed country. So all of these has led to, talk about depression, that, how important the topic is and how this needs to be addressed. So
Yes.
without further ado, we'll start with it. So I think I'll put a question to you and maybe you can take it up and explain to our group.
Yes.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, so again, coming from our followers, so I see a lot of questions about, how depression looks like. Is
Mm.
oversleep a sign of depression? Or, is self-criticism a sign of depression? So I think it is very important that we understand what depression looks like. So would you like
Mm.
to talk about that?
I think just today I posted a video on one of my YouTube channel called Mindism, and
Okay.
that video is really it is explaining depressed mood versus depression. This video was shot in 2016, and at
Mm-hmm.
that time I was trying to explain what is the difference between depressed mood and depression.
Mm-hmm.
So depressed mood is a normal human emotion, and
Mm-hmm.
we all experience that from time to time. It's a passing emotion, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and those emotions are in reaction to changes in our life, difficulties, um, pressures, expectations, disappointments, and those emotions are tend to be transitory or temporary. They tend to
Mm-hmm.
pass uh, when those situations pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, these are just normal reactions to our life events and life changes. But uh, that's depressed mood. That is important. And sometimes I tell people is that depressed mood is very much like a season, like a weather.
Mm-hmm.
We all need it. We need a variety of mood. We need to be happy, excited, melancholic, sad, depressed, and then happy again. And because if you're happy all the time, then we will have no time to reflect and understand ourselves and our feelings. So depressed mood is very important. And the other thing I say is melancholic mood is important for creativity. It's important for poetry. We don't want to take that away. When the depressed mood doesn't pass, for example, the blues or the melancholy or sadness, and if it doesn't pass, if it tends to last beyond a few days or continuously for 2 weeks at a time, it starts to affect your day-to-day functioning. It starts to hamper your ability to work, to concentrate, to enjoy things that you enjoy, to have a restful sleep at night, to enjoy the meals that you like to eat, to have conversations, to socialize, to meet people. So if it starts to have effect on day-to-day life, and if there are a number of other features like significant sleep impairment, significant loss of appetite, loss of weight when you're eating reasonably, loss of interest, and feeling tired and exhausted when you haven't done much. These symptoms, if they last for 2 continuous weeks, and they stays despite efforts to feel better, then it becomes clinical depression. And that's when you need to do more than day-to-day activity to bring about changes in your mood. So you need to understand depressed mood is normal, and depression is a clinical condition which is still common and very easily treatable. And I say easily treatable because it just takes time. Those who seek help early, they feel better faster. And almost all patients recover. I've never seen a patient in 22 years of my clinical career, not seen a patient with depression not get better.
Mm-hmm. So I think you highlighted very important points that, feeling low is something very common. Everyone experiences it. It's an emotion, like how we feel
Yeah.
scared, how we feel excited, and feeling low is also part and parcel of our life. But
Yeah.
when it becomes depression, it should be continuous feeling of sadness where you don't enjoy what you used to enjoy before, and it continues for a period of minimum 2 weeks. Is
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
diagnose depression. And apart from that, there are other symptoms like you spoke about sleeping disturbance and appetite disturbance. Either sometimes, again, in depression, people either tend to overeat or undereat, sleep for excess
Mhm.
time or sleep for very lesser time. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and so all these, so that's how depression looks like, right?